Hey guys, what is going on right here, and welcome back to an episode of Cards and Castles TV commentary. We've got some great matches lined up for you guys today, so I don't want to keep you here any longer. Let's go ahead and jump into match number 1 and see what this episode has in store for us. Alright folks, our first match is going to be Random Noob taking on Okidoki here, so Mono Druid going up against a Pirate Viking. I have a few ideas on what that Pirate Viking could be, but we'll just have to see based on the matchup here. We're going to start things off by going for the early rider. Seems fine. We'll see how the Mono Druid can respond to it. Going to go with a... Oh no. Oh boy, okay. You know, hold on. I'm just going to put it out there right now because I often see, for some reason, people main decking the 0 gold zombie card. I just don't see why, you know, like, sure, it's a little, you know, it could be a 1 drop, 2/2, but really that doesn't do much, especially since it is also slow. I don't know, I just feel main decking zombies is pretty pointless, and you should probably never do it. Just for any deck, even. Not even just like an undead deck, just any deck in general, you shouldn't be main decking zombie. But anyway, we're going to respond to that with a Hassan City Guard here and pushing up the rider aggressively for some face damage. Pretty smart since he realizes that the zombies are going to have to probably one of them trade into the rider, and that could cause a chain reaction to kill off the other one. But we'll see how maybe the Mono Druid responds. Bring out a Dwarven Miner to do the cleanup, so going to lose a Dwarven Miner unfortunately, but able to keep the zombies here, which will go ahead and push up. Here's a good blacksmith opportunity for Noob, which he does take. He's going to go into the blacksmith and do a double trade with the zombies, which is fine. He still has things like Armory, Southport, to bounce back, to recover from this. We're going to see a scout be a little aggro here. Going to push that all the way in, followed by a Salahar Rider after the coin. So it pretty much seems like this is it's a very aggro Mono Druid here, which, I mean, fair, but it's not going to get you much, because I think a lot of things can pretty much stop this early aggression here, especially decks like this, which I have a feeling I'm seeing Rat King. Might be Mystic Rats, I don't know though, just based on, you know, the cards we're seeing here. But anyway, we'll see how the Mono Druid fares. We're going to see Bestial Rage after a Call Beast, so that will create a bigger Salahar Rider, because go ahead and trade with the Blacksmith for doing some more castle damage, followed up by placing the Bear Hog in that, you know, 2 in front of castle, standard position. Going to see the Southport Captain come out, followed by the Rat Hovel. That is going to provide some more rat tokens for Noob's board. Doki responds to the Beastmaster. Okay, pretty nice. And Gar is going to go ahead and rush all of these beasts in. No way for Noob to really hit the Beastmaster aside from direct removal, which obviously, based on the hand here, Temple, Rat King, Armory, does not have that means. I'm probably going to assume... maybe I might see Temple Rat. We have enough to play it, but we'll just see. We're going to go for the Armory instead. Okay, so no Temple this turn. Going to go ahead and trade with one of those Bear Hogs, followed up by taking out one of them with the Rat. Okay. Followed by a Rat King in, well, a pretty iffy position, considering that, well, I guess you want to trade with the Bear Hog, and I guess that's the reason why we sacrificed that Rat count. We could have gotten more if we put it back here, but I also see that we probably would have been able to reach that Bear Hog. So, okay. Sacrificing the 1 rat to clear the board. Understandable there. So, I mean, maybe if you pull the Mystic Journey, that could be beneficial here, especially now, since, of course, we've got Sniper now to deal with. We'll see how Random Noob responds here. Goes for the Temple play. Gonna hold things back a little bit here instead of taking the 3 damage on Castle. Decides to kind of hold some things back. Call Beast going to bring out the Bear Hog. Banshee as well going to make an appearance here. Naoki pretty much just dropping his hand and saying, you know, if he can beat it kind of thing. I'm going to see a Lumberjack, no Mystic Journey just yet. All the rats being aggressive. Southport, meanwhile, holding back. I'm going to see Banshee trade with one of the rats here. Okay, gets a Sunburst for his trouble. Bear Hog going to go ahead and kill off the Rat King, and Sniper going to go ahead and take out the Lumberjack. We'll see a Mystic Journey draw, so yeah, that pretty much indicates that this was probably a Rat King Mystic Journey deck. You had the combo in hand after all, or, you know, really the combo but in 2 separate pieces. Never had them same time. Anyway, with the journey, of course, being drawn, would have been helpful if we kept the Rat King, but obviously not the case. We're going to see a Dwarven Miner as well, and pass it back to Noob. Noob pulls the Execution, which he, of course, uses on the Sniper. That's pretty smart. Obviously, Beastmaster is pretty much a waste to get rid of now, and with the way that Doki's board is looking kind of bare, he can afford to start pushing things and spending the execution to take out the sniper, so on and so forth. He'll even go for the Elvish Thief as well. I guess no reason not to if he can really push. We know the card in his hand is Sunburst. We just drew a new card, though, so we'll see what that is probably momentarily. Beastmaster going to go ahead and make the trade with the Rats. Everything really just being traded out here. Wizard makes an appearance. Okay. A little harder for Noob to get through right now, I believe. Okay, well, Onslaught makes an appearance, so maybe not so much now. Probably going to drop the Onslaught on the Wizard. Yep, there it is. That will lead us into a Reanimate, which unfortunately we can't really use now, considering that, Captain's the only unit we'll get a Reanimate out of. We go for a Forest Watcher, plus the Sunburst, so a little bit of healing there on the castle. Wizard going to go ahead and cake out the Rat. Really just trying to do as much cleanup as possible is Doki here. I think his chances are definitely slim here, even more so now that Mordok makes an appearance. Mono Druid not really having a lot in their arsenal to deal with a Mordok before it can, pop at least a unit or two. So yeah, definitely going to be difficult for Doki to respond to here. He's going to drop the Centaur. Centaur goes ahead, takes out the Hovel. He kind of knows at this point probably that the game is lost, so just trying to maybe do a little bit of pesky minor damage here, but now a second Mordok top deck from Noob here. That means both Centaur and Wizard will get traded off by two Mordoks respectively, different Mordoks generating 2 new undead units. Wraith going to go ahead, chip for 4 or 5 really because of the Temple. Horseman moves up, and yeah, I don't think there's anything that Obi Okie Dokie can do in this scenario here. Scout, yeah, can't even get rid of a Mordok here. So that will be the end of the game. And Noob top decks that third Mordok. He probably, yeah, okay, he's going to show it. Just for the hell of it, I guess. But yeah, overall, a strong appearance by what I, again, assume is Mystic Rats here. Maybe not so much. I mean, Reanimate is packing in there. And usually I think Reanimate takes more of a center stage than the Rat King Mystic. So could probably be a Reanimate-focused deck, not super sure. But hey, overall a strong matchup against the Mono Druids. I thought the Mono Druids might have had something sneaky up their sleeve, but I guess turns out they didn't. So, with that being said, let's go ahead, guys, and jump into match number 2 and see what that match has to offer. Alright, folks, and match number 2 now is on the way. Jarlasa taking on Witty T. Hopefully that is the correct pronunciation on both ends. But anyway, Warlock Ninja taking on Warlock Crusader. I assume probably Awaken out of our friend here. I just want to probably, well, I see Imp. That's probably the only sign of Awakening. Oh wait, we're not even in the Awakening hand. Whoopsies. So yeah, okay, well, probably now looks to be maybe no interactions from Witty here. Going up against, I'm not quite sure. Primordial Flame isn't really a normal Awakening tool. So curious to see if that is an Awakened deck after all. We're going to sacrifice the Lumberjack here for a little bit of damage on the Primordial Flame here and get the draw off of it. Kind of surprised that we didn't save that for actually taking it out, but hey, I guess whatever works, whatever works. We're going to say Vanishing Strike on that Primordial Flame. Going to go ahead and trade with the Imp here. Bring out a Salahar Rider for ourselves. Interesting that we didn't go for face damage. Pretty much tells me that this isn't really an aggro-focused deck then. They can afford maybe going around and hitting other things on the board, I guess. But Fatbar going to go ahead and clean up the Rider. Really trade thanks to Salahar's Last Will. Primordial Flame making another appearance, or really the second appearance we knew was back in the hand anyway, so that will make a full rush to the castle. Woody can only play the Darkbender, it looks like. Doesn't want to go for a Shaman draw or the books or anything like that. Although Jarlasa also going to retreat the Primordial Flame back. Doesn't really have, I guess, good pushing options for it. That's going to lead Witty to go ahead into Flamestorm after Imp was summoned. So that, of course, does clear the Imp from the board here. Weakening the Darkbender a little bit here. It does, well, I guess it doesn't matter if the Primordial Flame pushes now at this point because Darkbender will make that trade here. We'll see what Jarlasa does, though. Looks like a Flame Shield going to make that a little bigger here. Swiftness as well to follow suit. Okay, so that tells me we are probably going to be hitting Darkbender, which we are. Kind of curious, again, opting for not really taking the face damage here. Second time that we've seen that in this game with Primordial Flame, so curious to see where this goes. But hey, we'll probably see Woody go ahead and take out the Primordial Flame here. Darkbender plus Books looks like that's going to be the combination here, and we're going to probably set up for some Book draw. Obviously, not going to Flame Storm on this turn for Woody because there's too much on this board that can just instantly die. Books, Darkbender, both susceptible to that Flame Storm, so we're not going to do it. Although it looks like Jarlathza is going to do it himself. Looks like that will be a board clear. Following up with Mischievous Imp, which could prompt a Flame Storm response from Woody, but looks like, well, we're going to go into Shaman first. We still have enough gold for the Flame Storm. Followed up on the Blacksmith, so no Flame Storm here. Interesting, he's opting to take this Imp damage. He could lose the Shaman off of this, or he just probably get face damage, and it looks like face damage he will take. Drain Life onto the Shaman means the Imp does get a little bit bigger here. Flame Shield as well. That's kind of curious. I'm not sure he had enough resources to take out the Shaman without Drain Lifing it, so I'm not sure why he didn't just Drain Life Castle for that extra bit of damage and go ahead and play the similar play here. It's not like the attack value on the Shaman changed. But anyway, okay, we got a super big Imp now at 7-2, but this could probably definitely fetch a Flame Storm at this point. Yeah, and especially with Taria's Files now. Looks like we're going into Shaman. Okay, and then trading into Shaman. Yeah, that doesn't seem... A little confused on that one, because of course Taria's Files plus Flamestorm could have resulted in the same clearing, and then even more so you can follow up with the draw here. We know he's got hands, so I don't really think Castle Health is a concern for him at this point, so definitely interested on why he didn't just take the Flamestorm Taria's File combination here. Unless he's attempting to kind of set up for more, maybe something from the opponent, like a Badger, okay? I mean, Badger is something that we could, of course, remove with a combination of Flamestorm, Dragon's Fire in the next turn. We do have that 9 gold next turn, so we'll see if maybe that is the case. Badger makes an appearance here. Woody's probably going to go for a Flamestorm to start off the turn for sure. Yep, okay, there's a Flamestorm. So Taria's File draw results in a second Taria's File plus a Drain Life. So it looks like we are going to go for the Dragon's Fire, just because I don't think he's got anything else really to deal with a Badger aside from Dragon's Firing it now. Horseman comes in, going to take another 3 off Castle. That's fine for Woody. You know, do have the Hands of the Saint after all. Blacksmith... How's it going to take on the Badger? I assume we're going to probably do, okay, some Drain Life shenanigans. So Badger gets hit, Blacksmith gets buffed, they make that trade. Incinerate onto the Horseman, okay, curious, and then Hand of the Saint, yeah, I figured it was going to come sooner or later, but now we're going to see it come into play here, restoring Castle to 19. A second Horseman from Jarlathza going to go ahead and take 3 more off Castle. Seems fine, you want to push some additional damage while you have the means to, you know, just to, instead of maybe missing with Horseman later, makes sense. We'll see Arcanon come out now, followed up by the Priest. Okay, so really going to be turning spells off here, or at least the direct targeting ones. Things like Bolt probably not going to work here. AoE still does, but obviously going to be harder to do that. And yeah, I mean, with Bolt in Witty's hand, obviously not going to be able to use that just yet, because of course that could backfire in numerous ways here. We'll go ahead and set up a Darkbender in the Taria's Files though, just to kind of see how Jarlathza responds. Gonna get a Mordok, okay, so that will pop on, looks like Taria's Files, so that will generate a free unit. Following up with the Wraith, that will take out the Priest. Guards coming in here, those are probably going to set up a block, right? Yeah, okay, that will set up a block here. Do you see the Flamestorm, though? So I think... Oh, yeah, that's going to be it, actually. Flamestorm hits the board. That, of course, clears the guard. Arcanon runs in for the 4, and then Darkbender to follow suit will close out the remaining 4. Alright, so, pretty strong there. I believe this was a no-interaction deck, just by the way we saw a lot of burn, things like Blue Fire, Incinerate, Drain Life. With the inclusion of Arcanon, which is quite interesting, considering Arcanon does really deter everyone from using spells inside of a game, not just your opponent. So, curious to kind of see that dynamic between running the spells, running all that burn, while also holding on to an Arcanon, which could definitely swing your spells in the wrong direction if you have to take that risk. So, yeah, but overall, a strong match for sure for no interactions. And with that being said, guys, we have one more match to get to. So let's go ahead and see what match number 3 has in store for us. Alright, folks, and for our final matchup for this edition of TV Commentary, we've got Lord Felix taking on FPD Man, a bit of a Ninja Viking versus Pirate Druid. So, different faction colors all around here. We'll see who comes out on top. Let's go ahead and get started with the match. If I can click play correctly, Jesus. So it looks like might be seeing Beast from FPD. The Griffin is certainly, an indicator, but I mean, can't really tell. We're going to see a Lumberjack, though, to start off this game. Following that is a response of Hovel from FPD. Seems fine. We're going to see Felix go ahead, coin into a trap. Alright, I have some bets on what that could be, but we'll wait a bit and see if we decide to pop it now. If it's Jitsu, that'd be big. If it's Secret Dragon, I wouldn't want to interact with it, and looks like FPD Man going to go ahead and set up the Ramrus and choose not to interact, which is, of course, fine. It only is a Lumberjack. You're only dealing, you're only taking 1 damage. And if it is a Secret Dragon, we can't really deal with any sort of card from that pool, I believe, right about now. So, I kind of agree, just holding back for now, seeing if we can build up resources. We have an armory next turn. We could probably pop another rat out. That could do some things for us, but we'll have to see how the game goes. We'll see a Faithful Drake following up with a second Lumberjack. Okay, that's fine. Let's see how FPD Man responds. I assume Armory for sure. Okay, Armory does go down. We're going to probably... Oh, alright, we're not going to interact with anything yet. So he wants to build up a little more before going ahead and interacting with these units here. Looks like Lumberjack going to go ahead, chip away at the Hovel. Drake going to clear the Rat. Another Faithful Drake comes out. Yeah, just some small chips right now. Nothing that FPD Man can't handle, I believe. But we'll see how the match goes on. We're going to onslaught one of the Faithful Drakes, the weaker of the two, so that will die. We don't have to worry about it. We're going to activate the trap on the back Drake, the more healthier of the two. That's going to prop into a big-ass green Drake. Alrighty, well, that is going to be slightly problematic. We can't really deal with that for FPD Man, looking at our hand. We might have something, but definitely going to be hard to do it. We're going to take 9 to the face as a result of that green Drake being buffed up again by the arrival of a second one. Looks like we're going to have to start interacting here, so of course, Bridge Troll comes out, Blacksmith comes out. That's going to make the Rat trade in. Bridge Troll can block here. Not going to kill off the Lumberjack back here, which I don't agree with. If I could pause it for a second. Yeah, I don't agree with leaving the Lumberjacks back here. A Lightning Blade from this position would win Felix the game. Pop a Lightning Blade on the Lumberjack, that hits the castle, that connects for 6. You zap away the Bridge Troll, and Green Drake pushes in for that remaining lethal. So, it's definitely risky. I mean, I get it that he has to leave at least 1, unfortunately, given the circumstances of having to protect his castle. But I don't see any reason why, especially if the Blacksmith is positioned to fall anyway, why we can't just hit away a Lumberjack, because this could still do some damage if we're not very careful. So, looks like we are going to go ahead and continue on the turn, though. Felix does pop a Dragon Search and gets a Fire Drake, which he does play, even with the Bridge Troll attacks, so that's going to be fine. More damage for him, more potential for more damage. We'll see the Lumberjacks decide to ignore Castle for now and decide to bop the Armory. That's going to lead us into drawing Bestial Rage for FPD Man. Okay, so Griffin going to go ahead. We'll pop Rage on the Bridge Troll, surprisingly. That's going to do a couple things here in the back as both Lumberjacks fall. I guess that he doesn't want the Armory to get destroyed, so of course he's taking that Bestial Rage sacrifice to get rid of all of those threats. He will give Felix 2 cards, result of the draw, and opt to take 2 more damage, it looks like, from this Fire Drake if he decides to position it the way I think he's going to. Yep, he will. So, of course, that does leave Drake room, the Fire Drake room back here, to, of course, pop the Griffin and do 2 more damage, which we're not going to do. We're going to, looks like, take the Dragon Siege and pull another trap in and sort of retreat for now, which is certainly interesting. I don't see why we don't push the Drake in, especially if we have maybe another Secret Dragon lining up. That would still do some big work for us, but I guess, I mean, Felix is worried due to the fact that we have things like Bridge Troll and Griffin that can take a big chunk away as it is. And, I mean, we knew that FPD has another Griffin in hand as well, so maybe he would have to resource dump to get rid of that Drake, but maybe Felix is counting on this to be sort of a win condition or a game ender that he doesn't want to push in just yet. Things like Aeroth could be in his hand after all. We're going to go ahead and see an Onslaught, so that will weaken will weaken the Fire Drake. Centaur going to go ahead and pop the Dragon Temple, looks like in the back too, so further stat reduction. And positioning his Bridge Troll to take the explosion damage, which will of course kill off Griffin as well. Not sure if I agree with that, but I mean, that is a play that just happened, so we'll see how Drake responds. So Drake, okay, yep, gonna go ahead, blow up the Bridge Troll, which thereby also blows up the Griffin, and keeping Drake alive. Centaur gonna go ahead and chip away the new Dragon Temple that was put back there, and the Griffin gonna go ahead and generate a, well, I guess the Griffin's not gonna do much, and instead generating Spiny in the back. I forgot, Secret Dragon is still a trap on this field, so, well, I assume it is a Secret Dragon trap, because that's the only one we've seen, but yeah, another trap entirely, and I think, FPD probably doesn't want to deal with that, so okay, I respect the Griffin sort of blocking this Fire Drake, if you will. Prompting Drake, though, to turn around, kill the Centaur. Yenneroth going to make a run for Castle, and that could be a game ender if FPD doesn't have an answer, but we do see Mordok, so that will, of course, pop on the board. Oh, hello? Yep, there we go. Mordok will pop on the board here, I assume, right? It's the only option here. And, of course, following up the Blessing, that's fine. Going for a second one as well. Okay, I mean, that's fairly interesting. I guess the thing that bothers me about this particular play is that even if this card is a secret secret dragon, when you're gonna connect, I don't really think there's gonna be anything that could deal with the 7-8 stat line of the Mordok, and I think just one blessing honestly is enough. But I mean, I guess he's probably also worried if that could be an Aijitsu, which, if it is an Aijitsu, to be fair, this will still make a kill for Yenneroth. So that will he's got to hope it's a Secret Dragon. So okay, it is. So he does live through with this Mordok here. Going to generate a 5/5. Yeah, so he didn't really need that extra blessing, but I guess he was concerned if it was anything bigger, I guess, which is, I guess, fine. Stone Drake going to come out, clear off the Mordok for free, so it doesn't generate any more units, of course, with the Ice Drake freezing that off. Bestial Rage onto the Griffin. Okay, I think we make a little mistake there. We don't go for Castle first, so 7 damage kind of missed there, but we will take an additional 7 off of the Wraith and Spiny here, and Felix looks like he's in a bit of a dire position. Dissipating the Griffin away, Aeroth comes out. Okay, that's going to clear off Spiny. We still, unfortunately, have to leave the Wraith in the back. We don't have anything to deal with that, it looks like. And yeah, at this point, FP is going to go ahead and, Rad Hovel comes back, Griffin comes back out. Rad Hovel as well. We pretty much hand dump here because we have nothing else to really hide in our hand. Nothing that's really worth it. We understand that this is potentially the winning position here. And, I mean, yeah, Aeroth going to Dragon Siege up. Even with Dragon Siege, Aeroth can't take down the Wraith here, so if we can draw a buff, which of course we just do, an Armory, that's going to be enough. If we didn't even need the Armory here, we could have also just hit with Wraith once, and Sudden Death takes away the remaining damage. So, overall, FPD Man does take the win here, and overall a solid comeback story in this matchup for sure. Pretty much highlights why Secret Dragon is a little bit nutty, but also if you play around it correctly, if you take some of the risks here like FPD did. I mean, there were times in the matchup where it could have ended in a near instant if Felix had the right card, but clearly that did not seem to be the case here. So FPD does sneak away with a nice little underdog win here, and I gotta congratulate congratulate him for that. English is hard. But with that being said, that's going to do it for this edition. So let's go ahead and move to close out this video. Alright, folks, with that being said, I hope you did enjoy the matches in this episode of TV Commentary. Let me know what you guys think, of course, by leaving your thoughts down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you haven't already done so, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends, and, of course, subscribe if you're new or haven't done so already. It is the best way to show your support to the channel. And, yeah, that's going to do it for me for now. So, until next time, guys, stay gaming.